Live from WSLS, this is 10 News at Noon, working for you.
Good afternoon. Thanks for joining us. I'm Rachel Lucas. Opening statements have already begun in day one of the Derek Chauvin trial. The former Minneapolis police officer who had his knee across George Floyd's neck for more than 8 minutes is facing murder and manslaughter charges. A large security presence can be seen outside of the courtroom, which is expected to build as the trial gets closer to deliberations and the verdict. During the proceedings, Floyd's family held a public news conference. They say they hope justice will be done.
You mean to tell me if he didn't encounter Derek Chauvin that day, that he would have still died? They say trust the system. They want us to trust the system. Well, this is your chance to show us that we can.
The judge says the case could last up to 4 weeks. Lawmakers are working to find common ground on gun legislation in the wake of the Atlanta spa shooting. Tracy Potts is the latest on legislators as they work across party lines.
Lawmakers debating gun control in Washington toured the 3 Atlanta area sites where a gunman opened fire on mostly Asian women. They want the Justice Department to prosecute those shootings as a hate crime, citing fear in Asian communities.
They see with their own eyes, and they feel what they feel, and they have been gritting their teeth for an entire year.
Background checks on commercial sales may offer the best chance of getting 60 senators to agree on a gun law.
You're not going to get to 60 votes with legislation that requires when a father wants to sell his gun to his son to have to get a background check.
Once we convince Republicans that the sky doesn't fall for you politically, when you support a reasonable expansion of something like background checks, you can move on to other interventions.
President Biden says he's confident.
The only gun control legislation ever passed is mine. It's going to happen again.
The president says he'll work the phones with Republicans in search of a compromise. Tracy Potts, NBC News.
Now for more on what we can expect throughout the evening and over the next several days in our forecast, we want to send things over to meteorologist Chris Michaels. Had a gorgeous weekend. Some rain, though.
Yeah, a lot of rain over the course of the weekend. At least we're seeing the sunshine returning and pretty much wall-to-wall sunshine here as we get the afternoon started out. At the Roanoke-Blacksburg Regional Airport, it's 52 degrees. The wind finally calming down a little bit. That was something we really had to contend with yesterday evening. But as we go through this evening, 3 o'clock, 59 degrees, 5 p.m., we're in the lower 60s. By 7 p.m., we're back down into the middle to upper 50s. So if you want to do any grilling out, we'll call it seasonable for you. Overnight temperatures in the middle to upper 30s, so we'll start out crisp tomorrow morning, and then as we head into the afternoon, you're looking at temperatures back into the upper 60s and lower 70s. Still a decent amount of sunshine for tomorrow, but the threat for severe weather is there, especially along and south of Interstate 81 Wednesday afternoon and Wednesday evening. We're going to be tracking that front and the 3 different impacts it has on our weather over the next few days. Plus, we'll give you a little preview of Easter Sunday and the holiday weekend. That's coming up in about 10 minutes.
Governor Northam wants to help college students have a better shot at job opportunities. Today, he signed the G3 plan into law. It's a Get Skilled, Get a Job, Give Back initiative, which provides $36 million over the biennium to make program-targeted, tuition-free community college possible for qualifying students.
And we pride ourselves in Virginia as being the #1 state in this country in which to do business. And that's where we are now, and I have done and will continue to do everything that I can to keep Virginia a business-friendly state.
Northam says this legislation will provide vital financial support for many students who might otherwise not be able to pursue a meaningful career that promises advancement and opportunity. Happening now, firefighters are working to put out a fire at an abandoned home in southeast Roanoke. 10 News was on the scene earlier as crews worked to put out the blaze. Officials say the crews were called to the scene around 10:30 this morning.
So when we got on scene, we noticed that there was heavy smoke and flames coming from the second floor of the structure. At that point, our units, our command-in-chief, he decided to make it a defensive attack, which is fighting the fire from the outside for the safety of our personnel.
There's no word on any injuries or what caused the fire. Traffic is still being diverted from the area, and the Fire and EMS department is asking the community to avoid the nearby streets if possible. We're going to continue to keep you updated on the very latest. Virginia State Police is investigating a fatal crash that happened over the weekend in Pittsylvania County. 62-year-old Ronald David of Pinhook was killed Saturday after his Chevy Silverado crossed the center line on Route 40, hitting a Nissan Rogue head-on. David was taken to Gretna Medical Center, where he later died. The driver of the Nissan, 45-year-old Amy Slate, was taken to the hospital for her injuries but is expected to recover. Both drivers were wearing their seatbelts. Police say alcohol was a factor in the crash. No charges are pending. The Bedford County Sheriff's Office needs your help after a series of mail thefts. Deputies say these people who you see there on your screen have been taking mail out of boxes in the Huddleston area. There's a $1,000 reward for any information leading to an arrest. If you know who they are, call the Sheriff's Office. And we want to make sure you don't fall victim to phony home improvement contractor scams. What the BBB says you should be on the lookout for when we return.